right there, Latin 2. Now it's time to go over some grammar. So what I want you to do is go ahead and read page 98 and 99 and 100. Okay, you're done. So, deponent verbs. You've already learned all those forms. If you take a look at that chart, go ahead and copy that chart down. And you've copied that chart down, I hope. Deponent verbs are very simple, okay? They look passive. They translate active. There are 0 passive forms, even though they totally look passive, and most of them are transitive, okay? So they will take direct objects, but you cannot turn these into the passive forms. If you want to say, I was tried, then you need to go and use tempto temptare, okay? So, yeah, they absolutely look passive, but you're actually going to label that as active. And this might get you into trouble in college because they might say do it the other way, but I think this helps you get the grammar of it better, okay? So, they, like I said, look passive, translate active. That's the most important part. And they're already forms you know, because if you take a look, it's just aris, tor, marmonian, tor. Now, I will point out, though, that in the imperatives at the top of the chart that you've already copied down, if I wanted to say you, try, it's conare. If I want to say y'all, try, they ran out of endings, so it's conamini. This is just how it goes. But I would point out to you that all of your imperative passive forms, because these are passive-looking forms, all of your imperative passives are going to look like infinitives of regular verbs. And all of your imperative plural passives are going to look like the omini. So that's just across the board. So there's all those things, and there's all those words that you see on those 2 pages. So go ahead and make cards for all of them. All right, you've made cards for all of them now. Now, let's use them in sentences. Euclides docere pueros conatur. Euclides tries to teach the boys. There's no difference in how we translate these things, okay? You just translate it as an active verb, because it is an active verb. Okay, next one. In silvam ubi puer eram semper verberar. Verebar. Okay? Verberar would be I was beaten. Yes, I always was fearing, when I was a boy, it should have said ire, to go into the forest. Okay? And then the last one, boes domum sequemur. We will follow the cows home. Okay? So again, it is very, very simple. It's like any other standard verb. A lot of people make a lot of hay over the deponents, but really they just translate as they are. E silva regressai estis. Okay, so y'all girls, y'all ladies, and I know there's ladies because I used regressai. Y'all ladies returned out of the forest. Ubi canis et felis se videerant, numquam antea inter se locuti erant. Okay, so when the dog and the cats had seen each other, they had never before spoken amongst each other. Okay, so it's no different at all. The only thing that's different, and even this isn't different, but it's going to take a little bit of twisting your head. Go ahead and make a participle tree. And then next to that participle tree, make an infinitive tree. Okay? Remember those? They look like this. Active and passive, line, do two lines across, right? Perfect, present, future. Okay? Now, in red, I put the participles. I ran out of tiles, to be honest. But in red, I put the participles. So, konatus is a perfect active participle. And this is where you find perfect active participles. You don't ever get perfect active participles in regular verbs. You only get them in deponent verbs, okay? And semi-deponent verbs, but we'll get into that. The present tense, konans, konantis, same thing, same exact thing. And then konaturus okay? So really your participle is just perfect active. That's the only difference. Speaking of which, in green I put the infinitive. So now in your infinitive tree, konatumese, konari, konaturumese. So red are your participles, so put that in your participle tree. Green are your infinitives, so put that in your infinitive tree. Notice that they're all active. Okay, that's the important part. Okay, so here's what I want you all to do. Like I said, read pages 98 to 100, then do 37B, but I want you to skip numbers 8 and 9, and then go ahead and do 37C, but I want you to skip numbers 4 and 8. We're going to talk about those in the next lesson, okay? But right now, 37B and 37C. And all you need to do is translate them. I don't even want you to parse them yet, okay? We'll do that later. All right? Okay, I'm going to hit the button.